Hey everybody, it's a Go to the Movies podcast with your very special host, me. We're back on the second channel again. Uh, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. And speaking of which, I have a person here with me. Say hi, person.
Hi.
Yeah, this is KP. She's in the Discord. She's also my girlfriend. We're gonna she's gonna be appearing a lot on like podcasts and stuff and
I
like
think
the second channel.
a few more movie podcasts that we have, and
Yeah,
maybe one like music review together.
something I don't
So
know. And then she's probably gonna play like a character on the channel, which means I probably have to like introduce her character since I'm playing a character on the channel. It's just a
the
bunch of
Virgin Tim.
continuity bullshit that is just kind of irritating. But I figured so like I thought I was gonna be doing that sooner, so I was gonna push this podcast off until then. But it's probably not gonna be for a bit, and we might as well just like do it. So we saw this movie back in like what was it?
It came out in
No,
right before Thanksgiving.
November or something. But yeah, so the movie that we're talking about is Wreck-It Ralph 2. The Ralph it
Well,
breaks
it's Ralph.
the internet or
Yeah, Ralph
whatever.
breaks the internet.
I guess we should probably talk first about like the first movie and then what we kind of thought building up to the sequel movie thing. But I don't know, the first movie it's all right, but I didn't think it was really like that anything to really care about, you know.
Well, for me, the first movie had some more sentiment than most people should have, and it was really interesting how they created this like retro versus like out of life. Like the retro games had like an out of life feeling to them. Like they could travel to different dimensions, which we as humans we can't do, but video game characters can because they have the electric current. So I thought that was a cool concept.
It was just kind of felt a little pandering, and I hate Sarah Silverman. I hated her character. John C. Riley I like, and Ralph is a likable main character, but um, like the ending where he's just like giving his like dramatic monologue while he like fucking punches Mentos into Coke.
By the way, spoiler.
That was that was all right, I guess, but man, I don't know.
I think that when he dove down to like when he grabbed the heart necklace was like the most heartfelt for me.
Was that in the first movie?
Yeah, that was in the first movie because he like he
also
grabbed
been
it
forever.
knowing he grabbed it and he said the bad guy pledge, I'm good and I'm good or I'm bad and that's not bad and I could not be me if it weren't for me. Kind of like that concept.
So, like, what if fucking, like, what's a good example? What if fucking, like Bill Clinton fucking did that speech before going to bed every night? Would that ruin Wreck-It Ralph, or would that make it better?
I would really question my morals because I wouldn't.
Why wasn't Bill Clinton in Wreck-It Ralph?
I wouldn't say he's not in it,
Oh,
but
you know what should
but Zangief really made the entire movie.
No, you remember that old like adult arcade game called Custer's Revenge, where you have
Vaguely,
like
yeah.
you have like this 8-bit like cowboy with a dick hanging out, and then you have like this 8-bit like bikini models, and you basically have to run up and bang as many girls as you
This
can.
this is probably
This
like
is a real
before
game.
hentai games.
This was before fucking Japan existed, probably.
Hold on.
It was like
Hold on.
this was like back when Pong was like the only game.
We're gonna get so sidetracked in this podcast.
In any case, Custer from Custard Revenge should have been in Wreck-It Ralph with just
No,
his
it
big
shouldn't have.
fucking dick hanging
You know,
out.
honestly, you know what game
just running
should have
around
been in
and
Wreck-It
harassing the
Ralph, and
fucking-
it's an Asian game. It's this game I remember playing in daycare. It's where the chick is like sitting on a bullet, and she's wearing like rabbit ears, or she's wearing like that typical Playboy, like the rabbit ears and like the one piece and like fishnets. Anyway.
I vaguely remember
Yeah, and
what you're
like,
talking about.
and you're riding like on a bullet, and you're like like button mashing.
Oh, okay, yeah, no,
I forgot what it's called, but it's an Asian game.
That's like not even that old though.
It's pretty.
That was like 90 something.
Kind of, but I wish they had those characters.
Yeah, I'm sure Disney would have loved to have fucking Playboy Japanese girl in the fucking game.
I mean, like, if you looked
Custard
in
is at least a classic.
But at least if you looked in the background, you see Chun-Li in the first
Chungus,
one.
what?
Chun-Li. Chungus.
Chungus?
Chungus. Dude, someone should make a Chun-Li Chungus.
There's Custer's Revenge. There we go. Alright, this is it. This is what I'm talking about. You literally...
Oh, is this one we're going to post it or put it on the... Okay.
No, it's not going to be visual, but everybody go look up Custard Revenge on Google Images. It's the most ridiculous looking game.
Like, look up... I would just look up the Bullet Girl or
Bullet Girl. I'm just going to come across, like, Snuff Point if I type in
girl riding bullet arcade game.
Bunny Girl Bullet Time. I'm going to see what comes up. Bunny Girl Bullet...
Riding Bullet.
Bullet Club Bunny Girl. No, that's...
Whoa! That's explicit! Okay. Explicit!
You can't see this. Riding... Oh, that's... Okay, Bullet Club. Okay, so Bullet Riding Bunny Girl. Maybe that's it. Alright, I'm done searching this.
Okay, you're not doing it right.
Okay, alright. Well... Alright.
We'll do it later.
Yeah, they can't...
Ah! See, I told you I was bad.
Oh my god.
I guess.
Well, no, now they're gonna believe that because me. But no, she's quaint. But
quaint is the new.
I could have said queer.
Not fat, but not skinny enough for
quaint me. Means like small.
Then I need to get down.
Phone.
Oh, okay.
It's not my phone, guys. What were we talking? Oh yeah, Custard. Oh yeah, Wreck-It Ralph. So the first movie's boring, but the second movie had like some of the worst fucking trailers I've ever seen. I hate it. Like I did not want to see this movie at all, and
the
I thought it
trailers
looked
were definitely
fucking terrible.
The trailers were definitely bad, and like I had a friend tell me that it's so obvious who the villain is, which again we're just doing the non-spoiler part.
Yeah, we'll go into spoilers in a bit, but basically, like there's a few things that we need to look at. Sarah Silverman, which sucks. Cringy Disney movie humor. Kids movie humor, which a lot of them suffer from.
You have to really think about it though. Like this movie was meant for all ages.
Well, I get that, but the meme shit is another thing.
But
and
memes...
then you also have like the feminist angle because they kept doing the Disney princess scene where Sarah Silver that's the most Sarah Silverman thing I've ever seen, was just her like being like, oh yeah, Disney princesses need a man, but the men didn't do anything. But you look at like Sleeping Beauty, the princess didn't do anything.
I guess for me, I thought that was funny that they did point that out in the movie. That the whole man thing, and then I can kind of see the whole feminist.
But wait, which princesses pointed it out? Because Mulan is the only Disney princess who actually did.
No, she's not.
Which other
Brave.
One? That's not even a movie. That was just a fucking snore fest, boring bullshit.
Hey! I cried with my mom holding her hand during Brave. That movie was sentimental.
I've never seen a more boring movie than Brave.
Okay, you want to know a boring movie?
Samuel Smegma Goes to Hell.
That's a boring movie.
Fuck off. No.
The graphics were so lame.
Do you remember
that that guy didn't prep.
Do you remember in Wreck-It Ralph? Do you remember in Wreck-It Ralph 2 when Sonic just started talking about feet?
God damn you. God damn you.
But no, it's you had the meme shit, you had the Sarah Silverman ass feminism, you had fucking cringy jokes. It looked like a train wreck, and I did not want to see it. But then she really wanted to see it.
Don't blame me.
I am blaming you. You wanted to see it. And
I didn't were like, drag you. Go.
Well, yeah, no, I wanted to do something nice for you, so I took us to go see fucking, what movie was we see again? Fucking Wreck-It Ralph 2, that's the one.
We've watched a lot of movies together, actually.
Yeah, we've, I was about to say Daisy's Destruction, but that's too edgy for me. It's a snuff movie. A very sad snuff movie. I don't watch snuff movies. What do you mean I would? I can't even look at Live Leak. I'm not gonna watch fucking snuff.
Well, I know this. Any movie's better than Atomic Blonde. Even Emoji Movie was better than Atomic Blonde.
And you think I was gonna go see Atomic Blonde?
I watched it because I thought it was really hot and sexy that like this
You're-
character was a spy and like literally.
I swear she's not a normie all the time, guys.
Wow, that was just as bad. That's just as bad as like
the okay, all right. You're just gonna leave us hanging, all right.
That's just very insulting. That's a very racist term against us.
Oh, you want to talk? Okay, all right. We should move on. This is just gonna be the unloading dirty laundry fucking hour on the fucking
God,
Wreck-It
yeah.
Ralph 2 podcast. But no. Anyway, so
How dare
as
you
somebody
insult
who
me.
thought this movie looked terrible and didn't want to see it, I actually enjoyed this movie. I would say that I would recommend it to a point. It's way better than anything made it look. Yeah, no, I actually had a good time watching it. It is not perfect though. It's pretty bad at some points, to be honest with you, but it's generally pretty alright. What about you? What did you think?
So like I would watch Wreck-It Ralph 1, just Wreck-It Ralph 1, just Wreck-It Ralph. Oh my god. So I would watch Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph breaks the fucking... I don't have a joke. Keep going.
So because I was so invested in this sequel, I rewatched Wreck-It Ralph, and there was just more. I kind of am a little disappointed now that you're mentioning the memes and stuff. I was a little disappointed in the second one for not having more references.
I
Because
think
they had
references
more-
were the bane of fucking...
Because they had more references, ironically enough, in the first one than they did in the second one. And don't get me wrong, there was... Tim didn't notice it, but I did. There was a bit of a lag in
I didn't...
the scene, one of the scenes. And so, to me, I feel like they just rushed the second one. They didn't put, like... This wasn't fan service. I think it was really more of the pushing the money agenda, which makes me kind of sad.
What's the difference between
'Cause-
fan service and trying to get money?
So I would say the only Disney movie that was really good in the whole panning out was I can't even think.
What are you saying panning out?
Like they planned it accordingly and made the sequel just as good, but I can't
Toy
think
Story 2 and 3.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good example. Toy Story definitely build this character, Andy. They build character development between all the toys. There's so many good, like, there's no background characters that you can't not like.
Yeah,
And-
Toy Story 2 was way better than the first one, and the third one was kind of on par with the
It
second
was
one.
cliche.
The third one just repeated the second one, but it was entertaining. I like the third one, even though the second one is the bigger increase in quality.
Even though some people may not agree with me, but Lion King, the second one was meh. The first one was of course gorgeous, but the one that really wins my heart is Lion King 1.5. Because you got the Timon and Pumbaa story, and which was great because
that
I've
fucking
always...
Dig a Tunnel song is fucking terrible.
Is-
Nick Ton and Nick... Oh. But... Should I say...
Racist barn.
I don't know. Lion King 1.5. I like the MST3K like theater angle. Like it's a dumb popcorn kids movie. But I think that's all it's trying to be. Lion King 1, I think, is a little overrated. Why are we talking about every fucking Disney movie?
Because we were talking about like good sequels in Disney, and
Yeah.
so the
Mulan 2 is the only good Disney sequel.
dude, all the
Mulan
those
2
princesses.
Mulan 2 is so fucking
Those princesses are really hot though. No lie.
You remember anything from Mulan 2?
I remember the whole. That was my fate. Okay, first of all. I watched Mulan 2 in, like, my grandparents' basement. They had, like, all these, like, kid movies, and they
locked you in the fucking basement and put on Mulan 2. I'm
I'm
pretty sure that's child abuse.
No. So, I had the whole basement to myself, because that was kind of like the guest room or whatever, or the guest suite, and I would just play Disney movies or watch anime, and I would watch the heck out of Mulan 2, because I loved that cheesy... oh, I'm like like the whole the.
You're trying to make Mulan 2 sound good. It's not gonna work. Just give up on your life. Just give up.
So I like Mulan 2 because you get to see the three guys, Ling, Chow,
Chink, Link, and
don't
Stink.
No, Bao, Ling, and Po.
Who gives a shit about Mulan 2?
Oh my gosh.
Wreck-It Ralph 2 was surprisingly good, but here's the thing. You have to realize the meme shit is still terrible.
Well, I mean,
it's
of
still
course it's
awful,
going to be terrible.
but it's not nearly as much in the movie as you'd think it would be. It's only like 2 or 3 scenes that actually have the meme shit. And it's awful, it's unbearable, but it's short, which is nice.
Oh, the hang in there meme.
Just all of the meme shit, like the goat thing, and like it's all just terrible. The people who made this movie have no idea how the internet works, which is kind of funny.
Well, you have to think about it.
The
These
internet.
are people in their 30s and 40s that.
This is like Facebook version of the internet.
Which is probably what they do. They probably like scroll through Facebook while animating, like, just to see.
The worst part is when they brought up the dark web, and like they have no idea what the dark web actually is.
Now the team that did well, of course that's Disney versus Pixar, and which we're not going to get into that. Whoever did the studying, the team that did Inside Out, oh my gosh, they did so much research, they did so much detail.
Wasn't Inside Out being developed for like 10 years though?
Yeah, I felt like they kind of rushed Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I don't even think you need to, like, spend meticulous amounts of time on it. But I will say, what I like about the movie, though, is some of the comedy was pretty good. And then, surprisingly, what made the movie for me was the character development. And I didn't really like the characters that much in the first movie.
Yeah, I was really surprised that you were interested in the character.
Yeah, and I guess now would be a good time to get into spoilers. So, going over, just because it's been a few months since I've seen the movie, but going over the things that have stuck with me, there's a few things. Like joke-wise, there was a TED Talk joke that I thought was pretty funny, where he's like, they threw a jab at TED Talks, and it was like, I didn't know what he was talking about, but the way he said it made me feel really smart. There's also, you didn't like it, but the song sequence, like the Disney princess song.
Oh, and Vanellope starts singing.
Yeah, and she's surrounded by like the Grand Theft Auto
That
game.
is a very big spoiler.
That was pretty funny.
So the princesses are all hanging around, and they're like talking about like, oh, you look into the water, you look into the mirror for your dream. And, you know, she's just standing in front of this puddle, and she's, like, talking to the puddle, and she's like, you're just a fucking puddle. Like, you... And then all of a sudden, she finds the, I forgot what the racing game was that they went to.
Yeah, it was basically, it's basically Twisted Metal meets Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, pretty much. But when she finally meets that world, that's when her singing... sequence starts, and it made me cringe so bad. None of Tim's videos can make me cringe as badly as that made me
Here's
cringe.
the thing, though. Fucking, Sarah Silverman can't sing, and the song wasn't good, but it didn't need to be.
Ralph should have been singing, Ralph sang.
The joke is, though, that it's a Disney princess song taking place in Twisted Metal land. Like, it's funny. There's also the funniest joke in the...
Pocahontas singing when all her, people are being killed.
Yeah, that was funny.
Okay, Tim.
But the best joke in the whole movie is this one character. I think his name is Gort or something. That little small guy.
Oh, Gore!
Yeah, Gore.
Gore! That's a spoiler, guys.
That shit was so
he'll
funny.
just yell Gore, and he just shows up.
Yeah, so like you have this like one malware like advertising creature thing.
Person.
But he has this little sidekick, which is this little creepy thing with long arms, and just every single scene with that is just the funniest thing.
You know what? He kind of is. You know what it reminds me of? It's kind of like the concept of. Have you played Little Nightmares? No. Or have you seen the game through of it?
No.
So
Through of it.
I said seen the game through of it.
No, a game through. It's not. It's a.
Oh my lord,
it's a,
you know what I meant.
it's a playthrough. Not a
Playthrough.
game through.
God, that's when you know
You
you're getting
fucking
old.
foreign.
No, that's when you know you're getting old. Is when you're like mixing words that are just so basic to you
Yeah.
know.
Oh yeah, so the meme site is called BuzzTube. That made me want to kill myself.
I didn't even remember. Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, and the concept of like hearts or money.
Yeah. No. They had no idea how fucking the internet works.
I think no. Well, first of all, let's just be honest. They kept trying to make the internet seem a lot
friendlier.
friendlier.
Well, here's the thing,
and
though.
we all know, you know, with the stuff that happened with Mumkey and you know people being doxxed and you know stuff like that.
Well, here's the
internet's
thing.
not a nice place.
Well, no, you have to realize why they portrayed the internet like they did. It's this little thing that I like to call product placement. You see, all throughout the movie, you have YouTube, Twitter, Google, all of these things. But here's the thing, though. They're not allowed to make fun of or criticize any of these sites. No. So you basically have them showing the internet, but they're not allowed to criticize anything in the internet.
I think with Ralph too, with Ralph Breaks the Internet, they really did try to like keep. It's almost like they were trying to be Poland with all of these.
Well, it was so sanitary.
Poland or Switzerland? That's
Switzerland
neutral.
is
yeah,
neutral.
Switzerland. Okay, they're trying to be like.
Well, no, not even
Switzerland and be neutral about all these.
Not even neutral.
Sites.
They were making everything like. I paid attention in the movie because I knew going into it. Okay, it's gonna have a lot of product placements. There's not like a single criticism of any of these big sites. The only thing is when you get like the dark web or the malware or whatever. But it's like even then. It's like they're not pointing specific fingers. You're not going to see 4chan, you're not going to see Live Leak, you're not going to see WorldStar, Pornhub. You're not going to see anything like actually interesting.
Well, remember this isn't for the middle generation. This is more for either the younger or the older because remember, people are going to bring their kids in and they would want to see something like the dark web or like the malware that they have to deal with or ads. Now the ad pop-ups, those were that was the coolest concept.
That being said, I did like the design, like how everything, like you had little mini avatars for everyone using the internet.
So speaking of the ad pop-ups, did you remember when we got really psyched when we saw what's her name in Big Hero 6? Aunt Cass! We saw Aunt Cass in one of the advertisements.
They had like a Shadman type picture.
No, it wasn't. It was Aunt Cass when she like pulls her hair back.
Yeah, but no, it looked like the Shadman drawing.
That's because she literally did this, and she's like leaning in whenever.
Because I remember when the movie came out, Shad pointed something out, like they took his art or something like that. It was something, but I don't know. Like they weren't allowed to do anything too interesting with the internet or with the environment. But they make up for it with the character development, though, which was kind of nice and surprising. So basically,
I actually was disappointed with a certain character development, which was Felix and Callahan. Or it's not Callahan, it's Cal.
Yeah, but their punchline was already done by the end of the first movie, though.
Or Jane Lynch. I'll just say Jane Lynch.
Yeah,
her character.
Yeah, but like.
Oh, but Jane Lynch is bae. I don't care how old she is. She's always been bae. I think her character in Glee always has.
Okay, Miss, look up Felix and Ralph porn on the fucking Discord server.
First of all,
Miss, use NSFW server to watch fucking Wreck-It Ralph, Fix-It Felix is fucking.
First of all,
fucking asshole.
There's more gay stuff that goes on the Discord than what I've looked up. The best thing I've looked up is honestly is the Hitler picture and then the VeggieTales.
Yeah, the VeggieTales one was great.
The VeggieTales one was so great.
By the way, if you haven't joined the Discord server, join it because it's pretty fun.
We're active.
Ish. It's mostly just people bitching about music at this point, but it's whatever.
And How To is really cool on there, and a lot of other people. Stop it.
Yeah, no, there's some cool people on there, but then there's also other people like my girlfriend.
Oh, that made my heart melt.
I was insulting you.
Like cool people like my girlfriend?
No, I'm saying you were the exception to the cool. Never mind.
Oh!
Okay, so anyway, so for the people who don't care to watch the movie but are curious about what I'm talking about, basically, the movie kind of tackles this theme of selfishness in friendship sort of thing, where
I think just selflessness in general.
well, I'm not comfortable saying that in particularly, but basically they open up the movie with Ralph and Vanellope are in the same routine, day in day out. Ralph loves it, Vanellope hates it. Then they go into the internet to find a wheel to fix Vanellope's game so that she's not fucked.
Yeah,
and you think
because
that the whole
some freaking-
movie is going to
some
be them
freaking-
trying to get that.
Some freaking high entitled kid broke the wheel on the game, and Mr. Whitlap had to pay $200, and he was like, "No, I'm
Yeah.
not going to pay that much
So
to
you
fix
think
the game."
so you think the whole conflict of the movie is them trying to get this wheel, but the nice thing is the conflict of the movie is not what I thought it would be at all, because you go into this movie thinking it's going to have like a shitty villain like Zootopia kind of thing, but no,
I think
this movie doesn't have a villain, and that's the really interesting part. The villain
you should
is
save that part for last.
well, we might as well talk about everything, and I'm just kind of going off of what I'm thinking, but the ending is basically so when they're going to go get the wheel in the internet, Vanellope comes across this racing game that is just chaotic. It's like an MMO of Twisted Metal meets Grand Theft Auto, and she fucking loves it. She wants to stay there, but so she wants to change, like constantly change. Ralph wants to stay stagnant.
Isn't this like this whole typical like girls want like the bad like the
It's not even she wants the bad, because there's
Not
no
like bad,
romance.
like-
There's no romance in this movie.
well no
though.
like the hardcore lifestyle and then like
Oh, yeah.
Ralph is kind of like
She's a fucking adrenaline
just-
junkie, and Ralph is just kind of like the old man who just wants to read the morning newspaper.
It's kind of like that whole like gold digger dilemma, like the girl's like always partying, and then the old
Yeah.
guy's just, I just want your company.
Yeah, but no, I mean, like, it's a really interesting conflict, though, because, of course, then Ralph fucking sabotages her, and then creates this gigantic thing that literally just breaks the fucking internet.
I just feel bad because Ralph was trying to do a nice thing, and it ended up breaking her wheel in her game.
Yeah, but then he also did a bad thing, but then he also made up for it. And the climax for this movie, I actually really liked. I really liked how they did the ending of the movie.
I forgot the girl's name. Wasn't it like Slash or something?
Oh, you mean the fucking Latina lady?
Oh gosh, she is so bae, guys. Just watch the movie just for this chick. She's so bae.
She was pretty
Like,
hot for like a Disney girl.
Dude, she was more than just hot. I
Yeah.
think she's like right up there with Jasmine. Like Jasmine will always be like number one in like the hottest Disney characters. Now this chick is like an extra step of level of sexy. She had let me be honest with you.
I don't know.
I've
know about that.
I've always hated how Disney like does their body proportions. For once, Disney actually did a good body proportion without overly dramatically disfiguring her. If that makes sense.
I will say, I mean, it's not Disney, but I never understood how Jessica Rabbit was hot, but
How not?
maybe Jasmine is the hottest. Or, I don't. That's a big conversation.
Well,
I'm not
like,
ready to have yet.
Most articles that
Fucking
I've
Sophia the First is the hottest Disney girl.
Oh, okay, Dan Schneider.
Okay. All right.
Okay, Dan Schneider.
Oh, oof. But
Lord forbid you want to bite her thigh, Asperger. That's a little tender.
oh my
you know,
god, that fucking caught me off guard.
That's a little tender, chicken nugget.
So are Jackie's thighs. Oh god, that's not good. That's an oof. That's a legitimate oof.
You better put that on the.
Oh yeah, no. But anyway, fucking Jesus Christ. I liked how with the Fix It Felix thing and the fucking
I did
Call of
not.
Duty lady. I liked how
Call
it was.
of Duty, lady.
I liked how it was the beginning.
It's hero's duty. Get it right.
Whatever the fuck. Yeah, I like how it was a joke at the beginning and a joke at the end. I like that, and they because like having them have a B plot would have distracted
hold on,
and then
hold on,
already.
wait.
Well, hold on, let me finish. Having them have a B plot in a movie that was already kind of meandering wouldn't have worked. Having them take the focus wouldn't have worked.
I mean, true, but I'm just a sucker for that couple because you got like the domineering woman and then shut the fuck
Oh
up.
fuck you,
The
fucking
domineering
pussy bitch. Come fucking catch these hands. You.
You mean to hold? Aww.
Whatever
But
the fuck.
the domineering woman with the sweetheart sentimental guy, which is kind of funny because it's our relationship. But I've always loved
off.
that dynamic. I like even before I met you, I liked that dynamic. And
Anyway.
I had a point. Oh, so why did the hero wipe the seat?
Why?
Because it was his duty. You actually smacked me.
I'm sorry.
That's so mean, because
sorry.
that's the joke in the first one, and they didn't carry it out in the second one.
Oh yeah, that wasn't okay.
Wow, you smacked me for no reason, guys.
Well, no, you deserved it,
This is the start of Asperger.
You deserved it though. That is a good
That's
reason.
that's what Asperger probably said when he bit her thigh. You deserve it.
No, she fucking said that he looked like fucking Mac from. It's always funny.
But, so, I think the other part of Wreck-It Ralph 2 was the ending, you know, Ralph just felt so bad that he just did something. So, let's talk about that part especially. So, Ralph pretty much at the end created a virus.
Based on his own insecurity. So, he literally has to face his own insecurity and defeat it. It's, I mean, it's
very empowering.
It's cheesy kid stuff, but I like it. It's different. It wasn't like a shitty villain or anything. So I liked what they did.
This is a lot different from what Disney does. It's one of those, like, the enemy within yourself. And for me, that's kind of, like, big because I have, like, an Indian prayer thing that's, like, your greatest enemy will always be the enemy within yourself.
Yeah.
Because you never would expect that Disney's gonna be kind of that deep of a level, but it really did surprise me that they did it too.
That didn't surprise me as much because it still felt like a kids movie at that point, even though it felt like it had a plan and it was executing that plan decently. But the thing that stuck out to me is this movie actually has a scene of symbolism, and let me explain. So they have the heart necklace.
That broke in half. That was sad.
Okay, so so wait, so yeah, they have the necklace that signifies their friendship, and then in the point of contention where Ralph betrays Vanellope, she throws the necklace down and it breaks in half, which of course is a pretty obvious symbolism for their friendship is broken in half, which is nothing special. That's obvious.
The one part of the heart went all the way down to, like, the dark web, I think. Then that's how Ralph found the...
Yeah, but then at the conclusion of the movie, they're saying bye to each other, and basically they take the two halves and put each half on a necklace. But then when they go to say goodbye, like, both hearts kind of, like, conclude into one heart, and it's like, the way it symbolized their friendship working separated, because the whole conclusion of the movie is they decide to leave each other. They decide to separate.
That was actually really cool. I still think it was really nice for them to have a platonic relationship. That to me
that was good too.
I like how they kept having the platonic relationship, but I really did not to continue hating on the Felix and Calhoun relationship, but I did like the parenting part where they were sharing their secrets to parenting, and then all the lollipop. I call them the lollipop kids, but all the candy
kids.
The lollipop.
The lolly kids.
Oh
no, that's not good.
Stop.
Stop.
Shadman's gonna see this and be like, ideas.
Didn't he already fucking do that shit?
Of all the lollipop kids?
I know he did the blonde girl.
Well, of course, but, like, just imagine, like,
I don't know. Oh yeah.
Oh no! Don't give me ideas.
My girlfriend and I both look like Shad Base, so that's a start.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a funny story. If this gets a ton of likes, guys, we'll talk about how we first met.
Nobody's gonna like this video. This podcast is coming out way too late for anyone to care about Wreck-It Ralph 2.
I mean, you never know.
I don't know. It's also on the second channel, before I moved the big audience over there, so it's like, I don't know. Probably nobody's gonna watch it, but hey, if you gotten this far, then cool. Hi, how's it going? Type gay in the chat. I don't fucking know.
Arigato. I don't know why.
Origato.
No, I said thank you. I meant to say konnichiwa.
Okay. Fucking moon speak. Bitch.
No, more like weeaboo speech.
More like fucking
So
drop
whenever
a third
no,
bomb
no, no.
on those
so,
fucking
so you know how you
chicks.
joke around saying stop speaking that Taco Bell language now whenever
Yeah,
someone speaks Japanese.
yeah, that's recorded now. Yes, I know how I say stop speaking that Taco Bell language. What about it?
Now whenever you like talk about like all these
Taco
YouTubers I
Bell.
don't know, I'm be like, okay, YouTuber, stop speaking your YouTube language.
Was that took way too long for such a
I was gonna say
disappointing
something
punchline.
edgy, but it didn't come out as edgy. And shut up, you say like, you can't even come up with the comeback.
Yeah, but people don't expect me to be funny.
Besides, most of this is probably gonna get cut out anyway.
I don't think there's anything so far that'll cut out other than just the beginning where we're just like testing the mic and shit. But I don't know. Fucking Wreck-It Ralph 2, what else was there? The fucking
The bee puns! We completely forgot about the bee puns.
who gives a shit about
The bee puns were actually really funny.
No, who gives a shit about any of that meme garbage that was in this movie?
I was actually disappointed there wasn't enough. There was more references in the first one, like Aerith. Like if y'all haven't noticed in the first one, there's on the graffiti in the
Oh yeah.
the graffiti art, it said Aerith lives everywhere. I can't even remember if there was any references, any more references. I think they did.
Like
but
the
I'm
thing
not
is
sure.
with this movie,
But you know what I am disappointed about though? There wasn't any Kingdom Heart references.
who gives a shit about Kingdom Hearts is terrible. Who cares?
Shut up.
But no, like here's the thing with this movie. Like it began terribly with like the directors of this movie.
Yeah, that was weird.
Doing like this, Mumkey talked about it in the Is It Kino episode, but it was just like the worst thing ever.
They're doing that a lot more now.
So going into this movie, I was expecting it to be fucking terrible. The trailers were awful. You have that awful beginning. You have these characters I didn't really care about in the video game world, and I didn't really care much about. Then you moved on to the internet, which was Then you moved on to the meme shit. But then after that, the movie slowly started growing on me up until the climax of the movie where I was actually really loving the movie. So I'll say, like, it's worth seeing. Don't trust anything.
I would say it's
marketing.
worth seeing. I would say it's worth seeing with a friend and by yourself.
If you want to see some decent character development, if you want to be surprised by how good it is, I would give it a try. I would say don't avoid it if it comes across your path, but it's also...
You mean on that Netflix?
It's also probably the worst movie I saw in theaters, but I probably also... Well, the worst movie I saw in theaters in 2018, but I saw nothing but great movies in 2018, so it's like... This one was like a 7 out of 10, I'd say. Between a 6 and a 7, depending on how I'm feeling. But everything else was like 8 and above. Except for maybe MFKZ, which was like, that would probably be an 8. I don't know. That one had like the dumbass fucking climate change shit that was like, did not belong in the movie, and then the plot was too bloated for its own good.
This year in 2000 or last year, I think I hate to say this, but Venom is definitely a really good movie, and it's ooh.
I don't know, but you didn't see the My Hero Academia movie, and that was really good.
I didn't even see the Motherfuckers movie either.
Nobody saw that except for me. There was one other person in the theater. Nobody heard about that movie. Nobody saw it. Man, that was a unique experience, though.
So the best movie I watched in 2018.
Spider-Verse. What movie was better than Spider-Verse?
You got a point, but
What movie was better than Spider-Verse in like the last 5 years?
Oh, in the last 5 years, I can already tell you, Annabelle the Creation and It.
You're a fucking homo.
No, I'm
Annabelle Creation. What the fuck?
It's we're getting
like
so off topic.
at least it was like
No.
Nobody liked Annabelle Creation. People who liked Annabelle didn't like Annabelle Creation.
Is it the creator? I can't even remember.
But no, people like the Conjuring movies, but that's it.
The Conjuring was so dumb.
Or they like the first Conjuring movie.
The first Conjuring movie was so dumb. I watched it on Netflix and it was dumb.
Okay, well, you
just need to watch horror movies.
I just don't care about most horror movies, though. I don't know.
You'll watch ABCs of Death, but you won't watch
ABCs of Death is fun.
Oh
ABCs of Death is funny.
By the way, guys, I haven't seen ABCs of Death, so forgive me.
The problem is we already recorded a podcast about ABCs of Death, but ABCs of Death is the #1 movie you need to show to people who have not seen it, because it is the most fucking insane viewing experience you will ever fucking have. But no, Into the Spider-Verse might actually end up in my all-time favorite movies, period.
That's because of how we watched
Deadpool,
it.
Deadpool. No, I love the movie just in general. It's the movie. It's the #1 movie that every time I think about it, I just get happy. Like right now, I'm happy.
There's really
because
no
I'm
flaws.
I'm happy right now because I'm thinking of Into the Spider-Verse.
Well, there's no flaws to it, and
there's probably flaws, but I just can't think of anything that legitimately bothered me.
Again, that's why I just said there's no flaws.
Well, there's probably flaws.
Well, think of one.
It's made of fucking human. The frame rate was a little weird at first. I guess that's a flaw. I don't know. If you guys have not seen Into the Spider-Verse, you really fucking need to.
Why are we interested?
Because there's more interesting movies than Wreck-It Ralph 2. If you able to see Wreck-It Ralph 2, go ahead and see it. It's got some funny parts. Gore is really funny. Fucking the ending is really sweet, and there's some symbolism with the heart thing. And then the character development is good, and it's okay. It's harmless. It's got some dumb shit, but it's okay. If you need to go see Wreck-It Ralph 2, you should be happy that you're seeing Wreck-It Ralph 2.
If you've already watched the first, I would just say just watch the second one. It's not gonna hurt. My favorite character though from the first one is Sour Bill, and
the fucking gay guy.
The gay guy.
The villain.
No, that was not the.
Oh, the Green Cubert thing.
He wasn't a Cubert thing. He
looked like Cubert.
No, he was the sour.
You just liked him because people sucked on him or some shit.
No, I liked him because how he said
fucking
no.
Degenerate.
No, I liked how he said no.
No, the funnier one is fucking Gore, who just like the fucking creepy arms just
no, those arms. Okay, if you guys have played if you don't remember if going back to this character, if y'all have played Little Nightmares, he looks like the guy with the long arms that you have to like destroy in the end, like he's the first boss in the game, so you'll know what I'm talking about, especially those long extended arms. And what's even worse, so the character in that game doesn't have eyes. Gore has eyes, so it's just that kind of like creepy factor of the long arms. So blame that game for ruining
nobody knows what you're talking about, because I don't know what you're talking about, and nobody stayed 42 minutes to listen to this, unfortunately. But if you did, comment not gay. Okay, and then we'll know. We'll have that statistic. So, what you doing later?
Not you, that's for sure.
Oh, fuck.